Hi YouTube, it's Tracy from Entrepreneur Girl, and today it's Tracy's Tuesday Tips, and we are going to be talking about a dozen common mistakes that beginner eBayers do. The first mistake that I see a lot of eBayers do is use crappy photos. The photo is one of the first things that a person sees about your product. You have the title of the product and you have this little thumbnail picture right next to it. And most times when people are scrolling through and looking for something interesting to click, they're not just looking at the interesting title, they're looking for the picture that attracts them to click on your item. So those pictures are really important. And then when they do click it open, you can have several photos of your item. Use as many pictures as you can because eBay gives you a lot for free. So use every single one of them and make sure that your best image is your main image. You don't want the worst picture showing up as your little thumbnail. Try to use pictures with like a white background, or if you have something that's closed, you'll want to open it. You'll want to put some thought into how you display your items for those photos. Photos sell more than the words do. Also, can seal the deal or break the deal. Second thing is scheduling your items at the wrong time. When you start an auction, that is when your auction is going to end. So you want to have a lot of people bidding when your auction is ending. So if you're ending at 3 a.m., that's not really the time that you want to be ending. You want to be ending, in the evenings when everyone's home from work and they're at their laptop. So that is the best time, that evening time before everybody's in bed, but they're still home from work. That is the best time to end an auction. As far as the most popular days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday are the best times, the busiest times to sell your items. So try to schedule your listings to end on Friday, Saturday, or Sunday. The third thing, poor or confusing titles. So many people get things for pennies at garage sales and turn around and resell it for a lot of money because the seller doesn't know what they have. You don't want to be one of those people. If you buy something, put a little research into it. Find out what you have, because what you have really could be valuable. Your title is 55 characters of prime real estate, so you want to use it very wisely. What type of titles are your competitors using? What words are they placing in them? What would you put into a search box if you were looking for your item? The fourth thing, little or no description at all. Nothing raises an eyebrow faster than you go to look at the description and there isn't one, or they just say good condition, and it kind of creates more questions than they actually answer. You want to use as much of a description as you can. Be very accurate, especially with clothes. You want to put all of the dimensions on there. You want to be very accurate with vintage items too. Reveal all the flaws. Don't think, well, I'll sugarcoat it so I get the sale. You want to reveal everything so you don't get a bad rating. Put what it is. Describe your item in detail. List the description of it. List the features of it. Describe the benefits of having it. Give the value if you can. Like if you bought these cowboy boots for retail, it would cost you $350. Buy them today for only $50. Always put the shipping cost again, especially if I'm shipping for free, which I really like to do. I like that fast and free rating on there. I think the customers like it. So I try to advertise that in the description, even though it's placed, in the shipping area. I still like to say free shipping in really ginormous letters so they think, hey, that's right, I'm getting this, the shipping for free. Go ahead and ask them for the sell. Hurry now, don't lose this at the last minute. Go ahead and make your bid now. The fifth thing is wasting money on all those optional fees. When you're creating your listing, it will give you the option for subtitles, designer listings. All of those upgrades cost money. And if you have an item that's less than $50, you're really eating into your profit margin because all those little fees add up to some real money. So save those optional I mean, there is value in those optional listings. Just save them for your higher end, very special listings that cost more than $50. Number 6, not knowing what a keyword is. Keywords are the words that people use when searching for your item. Things as name, color, size, model number. These are all things that a person will put in the search box when trying to find something. Those are the words that you want to use not only in your title as much as possible, but in your description too. Like brand name. If you have a Nike pair of tennis shoes, you want to put Nike in the title. You want to put Nike in the description. You want to write Nike as many times as you can. The search engine will look for the closest match in 3 places: the title, the description, and the item specifications. You should be repeating the keywords in all 3 of those places. 7, spelling errors. I don't know about you, but nothing turns me away more than a spelling error. If they can't spell the item, or you think they're not professional, or you think they're not very intelligent because their listing, has bad pictures and bad spelling, I just walk away from them. I don't even trust them to really tell me much detail about the product or accurate details about the product, or even ship it to me or be professional if I have a problem with it. You're going to miss out on all those search engines finding your keywords because you've misspelled the keywords, even if it's accidental. So you want to make sure before you click the submit button on that you have double checked your listing and your descriptions and your titles and everything, and just did a once over to make sure you don't have any spelling errors. Number 8, using the shipping as a way to make extra money. Everyone's kind of on to this now, and I see it a little bit less than I used to, but I do still see it. A lot of times customers will be looking at the price and they won't really notice the shipping. I know that's their fault, but when they get the bill for the item plus the shipping, they are outraged. They are like super mad, and they are going to leave you negative feedback. People know when they're being hosed on the shipping. I mean, there's a reasonable shipping fee, for actually shipping the item and the materials that it took to ship the item, but over and beyond, or like 3 times or 4 times that, just makes people mad. And if it's really extreme, you might even get eBay looking into it and giving you a little black mark as well. If people do notice it, I don't even think they would bid. I walk away for bids. I'm not going to spend, $4 on an item and $32 to have it shipped. So be careful with your shipping. Be real. If you want to add money into your listing, go ahead and add it to your listing. Don't hide it or try to hide it in the shipping, because people will see it for what it really is. 9, using symbols right up against your title keywords. So if you have a Nike shoe, you don't want Nike with an exclamation point. I don't know if that's part of the inventory system. I don't know if they're trying to draw attention to the word Nike, but if you don't put a space in between your keyword and the symbols that you might use in your title, the search engines could miss it because they're looking for Nike. They're not looking for that exclamation point, and it could really mess it up with the search engines. Another thing, it confuses buyers. It makes the title unclear, a little cluttered, especially with your elderly buyers. 10, completed listings of that product that you're searching for the last 30 days. This is really helpful, and so many people don't use it. You don't want to waste all those listing fees on products that aren't going to sell. The completed listings will help you get an idea of if an item is selling, how often it's selling, and more importantly, what it has been selling for the last 30 days so that you can price more accurately. Number 11, picking the wrong category. Products are searched by category with the search engines. So if your product is in the wrong category, it's not going to be found by the search engine. So choose the very best category that you think, and maybe even double check and see what other competitors are selling similar products and what categories they're choosing, especially if you're unsure. And number 12, the big one, not communicating well with customers. On eBay, your rating on eBay is the most important thing. Feedback rules the eBay world. Well, who does the feedback? The customers. So customers rule your eBay world. You need to keep your customers super, super happy all the time. And one really important way to do that is to communicate with them rapidly and very politely. You want to try to use their name if you know it. You want to sign with your first name. You want to be very sweet and polite and helpful. Check your email twice a day and answer all questions so that way they're getting answered right away. I personally have lost sales. I've made this mistake myself. Just going a couple of days, not checking. I missed questions about an item and the item didn't sell. I missed the sell because I wasn't spot on fast. Okay, so that is a dozen mistakes that you can make when selling on eBay. I hope this was helpful to you, and I look forward to seeing you next Tuesday for Tracy's Tuesday Tips. Please subscribe if you haven't already, and I'd love to hear your comments below if you could add other tips, other mistakes that eBayers might use. Thanks, and I'll see you next time. Bye.